Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another Disney Cars review. Today, we have the Lightning McQueen box series, essentially. I mean, that's pretty much what these are. Little boxes with various Lightning McQueens inside. However, they haven't been given an official name yet. Now, these have been found across the United States at Walmart stores in like Easter bins that are a turquoise color, kind of like light green. I'll show a picture on the screen right now because I actually found them at Walmart the other day. They're kind of easy to find, at least for me. Hopefully, if you want them, you can find them as well. However, I got most of them originally from GetMeCollectibles. He's an amazing seller, great prices, great selection. So if you'd like to contact him via email, his contact details will be in the description below. He also has an eBay store with a whole lot of items from, 2006 all the way up to present day. So he's got an amazing selection, like I said before. So that's how I got these original 6. And then I decided to pick up an extra of Swell McQueen and Bling Bling McQueen at Walmart because I want to open those up and show you them because I think they're the best of the bunch here. And actually, as you may know, this picture is actually wrong. It shows Dinoco McQueen instead of Bling Bling McQueen there on the front, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can see here, this is Dinoco McQueen and this is Bling Bling McQueen. Now, I'm not entirely sure actually if the one in the box will have this expression or this one looking to his left. So we'll have to see. You and I will learn that together. And that's pretty much all I have to say for the introduction of this video. I'm not going to really talk about appearances or releases for these guys because they're very common and they've been released a lot before, especially, Dirt Track McQueen, Tongue McQueen, Cactus McQueen. However, Swell McQueen here has only been released in 2009 as a part of the Storytellers line. So we got a single release, a playset release, and a 3-pack release, I believe. So it's very nice that he has returned. And according to TakeFiveADay, there will be another wave of these. And actually, when Cars 3 comes out, according to TakeFiveADay, there will be like an exclusive Super Chase double Ransburg Cruz Ramirez and Lightning McQueen from Cars 3. And those will kind of be like a mystery, I think. I'm not entirely sure. TakeFiveADay, that kind of like article website, they produce some pretty good articles. The link for the original article on these back in September, yeah, that was a long time ago, will be in the description below. So they originally kind of announced these and they called them blind boxes, but as you can see, these are not blind boxes. You know exactly what you're getting when you buy them. But that may not be the case for the Super Chases I just mentioned, but a lot of it is unclear right now. There's a lot of confusion going around right now with these because they're marked Cars 3, so some people have been having some trouble buying these. They're also priced as $4 when you go to, ring them up, but the actual box says $3.76, so a lot of confusion. But if you do go to a self-scanner or if you go through the register person, then you can also have them correct the price back down to $3.76 because it'll most likely come up as $4, and who wants to pay an extra, 24 cents? Yeah, not me. So let's get into the review now, enough babbling. And so I think we're just going to open up Bling Bling here and Swell McQueen, and then we're going to review them all out of the package. Sorry for taking so long to open those two, but 1, I didn't want to cut my finger, and 2, I wanted to keep the boxes in pretty good condition. And by the way, if you line up the boxes, like all 6 of them, you can make a really cool image of Lightning McQueen. You can see this one down the bottom here has the name with part of the wheels there. This one has his mouth. This one has part of his eyes. This one has the other part of his eyes and the rest of the body. Up here we have like a checkered flag, and the coolest one in my opinion is the number 95 lightning bolt, and that's actually on my favorite one, Swell McQueen, so that's actually really cool. Now just so you guys know, they are numbered 1 to 6, 1 out of 6, so I assume the next wave will be either 7 to 12 or another 1 to 6. So Swell McQueen is 1 out of 6, Dirt Track McQueen is 2 out of 6, so they go in the order from top left to bottom right in terms of numbers for the design. Cactus McQueen is 3 out of 6. Oh wait, I'm sorry guys. Tongue McQueen is 4 out of 6. I thought that 4 was a 6 for a second, so I thought that the pattern was broken, but I'm wrong. Bling Bling is 5 out of 6. And lastly, Tumbleweed is 6 out of 6. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. You know, you just have the image there, number, then you have all the legal information, and then you have, of course, the design, and then on either side you have the car's logo, and colors and decorations may vary. Choking hazard too. So I'm just going to quickly show you all of them. That one looks like it has like stickers on them, you know? That's kind of weird. The decals look to be stickers, but they're not. I can guarantee you that. Doesn't that look like broccoli? I totally think it does. Ever since that came out in 2009. Of course, we have the wrong image, and that even doesn't match the color. That is so much darker. But oh well. Marketing images are not always the same as the diecast. Tongue McQueen, even though we don't see the tongue, he's just like going to kiss someone, I guess. And that's all. I think we can get into the review of them loose on the table now. So we're just going to go in order and review these guys. So starting with Swell McQueen, like I said, he's from the Storyteller's book. So he didn't appear in any of the movies. He's kind of in one of those extension spin-off series, which I thought was really cool. Of course, the Storytellers also had Bubba, Mater's cousins, and the story, or not the story, but the Showgirls. I keep wanting to say story, but my bad there. So the Storytellers line had a lot of awesome cars. This one was pretty cool, I think. You know, it had some great story going into McQueen's past. Now, if it's actually canon or real to the Cars universe, I'm not entirely sure. But let's review this guy for what he is. So this is the new version that I took out of the box over here. Yeah, you can see. And now here is the original from 2009. So the biggest difference is the raised eye versus flat eye variation. So some of you guys may know about this already, some of you may not, so I'm going to explain it again. But on pretty much a lot of the older releases, Mattel made the eyes, you know, have depth to them. So when you run your finger across the eyes, it kind of jumps up when you hit the eyelid there, the red eyelid, because there's depth between the white eye space and the eyelid. But nowadays, on all of their releases, for the most part, they have flat eyes. Couple exceptions are the King, Chick Hicks. For some reason, they still do those with the raised eyes. I assume they did this to cut costs, but to me, it's not really a big deal. I kind of like how it makes the car look cleaner, although it is kind of like a degrading thing. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. Now we can see the Swell deodorizer decal there. Very, very cool. Kind of like retro looking as well. I also like the early, kind of like prototype Bolt logo here. It's green 95 with the yellow Bolt in between the numbers there. He does not have Lightyear tires, just regular tires. There's the gas cap, and the rest of him is pretty much just red. You have the roof flaps there. On the back, nothing. On the side, same stuff. And here's the base. You got quite a bit on the base. Look at that. Code, made in China, Disney, Pixar. Code, Mattel, Netherlands address. Code. My God. Check this out, guys. Here's the 2009 version. Boop, boop. That's it. So, I don't know what caused them to have to add so much more to the base nowadays, but whatever. Here's another one that is very similar to I'm sorry guys, I keep screwing up my names and whatnot. Very similar to Swell McQueen. This is sponsorless Lightning McQueen, so it's the same exact thing, but with out the logo there because he doesn't have a sponsor at the moment in the storyteller's book. For some reason, it has a mouth plate, and I think that this guy is actually supposed to be released in the next wave of these boxes, or at least I hope so, and I think so. I'd have to check the TakeFiveADay list again to be sure. But the expression looks to be slightly different, and then, of course, you don't have that logo. Same number though, same rim, same tires. So kind of like bland cars, really, but it's kind of nice because it's a big change of pace from, you know, the typical Rust-Eze Lightning McQueen that you see pretty much everywhere. I'm actually really happy that they didn't include just the regular Lightning McQueen in this assortment because we can just buy him in the regular waves, the regular cases, so I'm glad that they didn't, you know, waste up one slot for him. That was a good choice in my opinion. So let's move on to number 2, who looks to be Dirt Track Lightning McQueen. Actually, one of the original Lightning McQueens way back from 2006, so he definitely has a special place in my heart. Now, he's always been kind of weird and retro. He has this matte finish to his paint, which is obviously very different from the shiny, glossy paint finish that most of Mattel's releases, and especially McQueen's, do have. And also, his teeth aren't painted. Now, I can tell you pretty much for a fact that the one inside that box is almost identical to this one I have here, with the exception of the eyes again. I'm sorry that I won't be opening up this box to give you guys a better visual, but most likely what's inside this box is identical to this release right here from a couple years ago in the Radiator Springs Classic line. So we have Dirt Track McQueen there. As you can see, he still has that matte finish there, the dirt in the same areas, and the only difference is the flat eyes there. You can pretty much see that pretty well, at least I can, versus the raised eyes on the original 2006 version. So hopefully you guys don't mind me not opening some of these up, but you know, they're kind of expensive, like $3.76 for cars that I pretty much already have with slight differences. So sorry about that again, but you know, you guys can trust me, right? So on the side here, we can see the muddy tires, which remind me of his disguise in Cars 3 for Chester Whipple filter. Just a video on that if you're interested. The whole base is dirty there. He's got like a fade up of dirt and dust on him as well. Very, very cool. This is really like an original McQueen. Very, very classic to me. Unfortunately, he does not have that Rust-Eze spoiler there, or the Rust-Eze logo on the spoiler. But usually if a version of McQueen was released that early on, they never got corrected. Only the original McQueen got corrected to have the Rust-Eze logo on the spoiler. Now he reminds me of a relatively recent release from 2015, also re-released this year, called Road Repair Lightning McQueen. So this McQueen has some dirt on him as well, but it's a lot more faint because it's not really from when he was racing at Willys Butte, but more when he was repairing the road. You can see some of the dirt there and there as well, but like I said, it's very faint, especially compared to the original dirt track here, McQueen, that has really thick concentrations of dirt. So let's move on to the next McQueen now, which is Cactus Lightning McQueen. So another really old version of McQueen. He's coming up on his 11-year anniversary because he was originally released in 2007 as a part of the Walmart 8. So it was pretty much like a series of 8 new cars that are exclusive to Walmart at the time. First to market, I really should say, because eventually they became available at other stores like Toys R Us, Target, in different years. So you can see him there. I liked it when they put the scene from the movie on the card, but now they don't really do that. And for some cars, cough cough, Cars 3, they don't even put any images on there except for the logo. And there are the other ones in the series. So yeah, he has been out for a long time, and his only difference again is the eyes, most likely. You know, I can't speak out of 100% certainty, but I've seen pictures of some other people who got these recently, and the differences are minor. It really is only in the eyes there. Now, this is actually the first release of him in quite some time. I think it's been like 4 years, maybe, around that. Now, of course, this guy appeared when he went into the cacti after racing Doc, or trying to race Doc at least. He has all these little patches on him that aren't painted on. They're actually like metal, I don't know how to describe them, but they are pieces that are separate from the body. They seem to be metal and are kind of like coming off of the body. So very nicely done here. Again, no Rust-Eze logo there, but like I said, original McQueens, besides the actual regular McQueen, do not have the upgrades, unfortunately. I wish Mattel took the time, but they don't. He has that kind of sour expression on his face, like he's like, I don't want to be here anymore, just let me go. Doc and Sally are like, no, 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 you can't go, you're not going anywhere. So a nice release. I always like this one. Just kind of like the little patches here and there. Very, very cool. Definitely could have been worse. Like if they just painted the patches on, that would have been terrible. And let's move on now to the next McQueen. I don't think there's much to really say about Cactus McQueen. Cacti McQueen, I guess you can technically say, but Mattel just calls him Cactus McQueen. So, Tongue McQueen. I have so many McQueens on my table right now. Here, let me move the camera. I have so many over there. Jeez, I know, right, guys? So it's kind of hard for me to spot them out individually, and that's why it takes some time for me to pull them out when I move on to the next McQueen there. So don't ask why I have planes in Mather's junkyard, just don't ask. But here is Tongue McQueen. He has his mouth plate there with the tongue coming out from when he drifted in the air at the first piston cut race in Cars after jumping on No Stall or Leakless. I forget which one it actually was. And now I'm not entirely sure if the new version here has a mouth plate or not. I really think it does, although I could be wrong actually with this one, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But, for the general review, they are the same. Same expression here, which is exactly from the movie. Very, very cool, He is just really excited and confident that he, managed to get past that crash. There's the base. Just typical McQueen, of course. Now, don't get this guy confused with another Tongue McQueen that's actually called Finish Line Lightning McQueen, because this one also has the burned out tires. So kind of from the same scene, but a little bit later on in the race. And his tongue is stretched out a little bit more because he wants to hit the finish line. And his expression is very similar to the movie as well. So two great versions of McQueen. And don't quote me on this, but I think that this guy will be in the second wave of these as well. I could be wrong though, I just vaguely remember reading his name. So that's all for Tongue Lightning McQueen. By the way, another one that does not have the Rust-Eze logo on the spoiler there. So let's move on to number 5. Bling Bling Lightning McQueen, but he's advertised as, for some reason, Dinoco Lightning McQueen. So I'm a little bit upset with the picture on this guy's box because, first of all, like I just said, it shows Dinoco McQueen without the cool Bling Bling tires. Also, he's super dark. The shade of blue is really dark compared to reality on the diecast, but we're just going to overlook that for now, and let's take a look at what came out of the box. So this one did come out of the box, like I showed you guys a couple minutes ago. Here it is. It is out of the box, and he has flat eyes now, and by the way, it is the expression looking to the left, not the one looking straight ahead, so that's cool. I always like a little bit of a change of pace, so you can see a difference there. And yep, flat eyes, like I said, versus the raised eyes. You can see the depth there when you run your finger across it. Same logos, though. You have the Dinoco there, the lightning bolts. As we move on to the side, of course, we have the cool tires, or rims, I should really say, with the piston cup there on top of the silver wire rim. Now, in the movie, the rims are actually gold. The piston cup is actually, so it's kind of like a two-color rim. The piston cup's gold, and the rest of it's silver. So Mattel never got this right. They tried, though. They tried. Like, for example, with the lenticular Bling Bling McQueen chase, they made them all gold. So, is this really a step in the right direction? Or, I don't know. It really should be both of these, like if you combine the two colors. But Oh, Mattel. Oh, well. I actually still really like these gold rims. They're really cool and fancy, but yeah, not accurate to the movie. And Bling Bling McQueen did appear in his dream sequence in Cars 1 with Mia, Tia, and the whole Autobahn Society in that Hollywood box. I'll try to add pictures to the video to refresh your guys' memories of where they appeared in the movie. Of course, all are from Cars 1, except for Swell McQueen, who's really a big exception because he's not in any of the movies. So on the side here, he doesn't have any contingency sponsors. You just have the Bolt 95 with the orange and blue colors. Dynaco there, gas cap, Dynaco on the spoiler. He has his signature there in white, roof flaps 95. On the back, Dynaco again. And here's the base. A lot of stuff on the base, whereas with the original, you only have 2 areas for codes and names. So yeah, like I said, they have added a lot to the base over the last 5, 6, 7 years. So that's pretty much it for Bling Bling McQueen. He's my second favorite from this assortment. I've always liked him, but I just wish they made him a little bit more accurate to the movie. So let's move on to the last one now, which is Broccoli Lightning McQueen. Now, Tumbleweed Lightning McQueen. So he appeared when he actually was trying to get that turn down right at Willie's Butte, and then he met with Doc Hudson, and then he got a tumbleweed on his head because he flipped out, stuff like that. And Doc Hudson was just kind of giving him advice, and McQueen was in his stage of just absolute ignorance and overconfidence, so he didn't listen. That's why he looks like this with that mean expression on his face. So this is actually one of the first McQueens to get the upgrade of the Rust-Eze logo on the spoiler and the flat eyes. So that makes him pretty much absolutely identical to the one in the box here. Now, I actually really do like this McQueen, originally released in 2009. Not entirely sure if he got many re-releases, but he's always kind of been one of those oddball McQueens that, is not really too much, I don't know, popular, I guess you can say. He's overlooked quite a bit. So I'm glad that they re-released him. I think it was a good choice. Of course, he's got the green plastic tumbleweed on his roof, or as I keep calling it, broccoli, because doesn't it look like broccoli? Doesn't look alive? In theory, a tumbleweed is a dead, decaying bush or weed, like it shows there on the package. Very realistic, pretty thin, and definitely decaying. Whereas on the diecast, we got a flourishing piece of broccoli on the roof there. So yeah, it's not really a big deal to me, but they definitely didn't make it as realistic as I think they could have. Although, like I said, not a big deal. I still like this McQueen for what it is. Nice expression, and definitely one of those more funny, conversational pieces to have in your collection. So that's all for my review of these Lightning McQueens in the boxes. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and hopefully Wave 2 comes out pretty soon with those awesome sounding double Ransburg Super Chases. And just so you guys know, these McQueens are not that different from each other, except for what's in the name. Tumbleweed, Tongue, Cactus, Dirt Track, and of course you have the exceptions of Bling Bling and Swell, and that's why those are my favorites from this assortment. So again, thank you guys very much for watching, and let me know in the comments section below which of these in this first wave is your favorite. My favorite, like I've said, Swell followed up by Bling Bling, and then Tumbleweed. I think these are definitely my favorites from the assortment here. And then these three kind of fall behind those. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Again, thank you very much for watching. I've been trying my best to do daily uploads. It's a little difficult, but I think it's paying off because you guys seem to be really enjoying it, and that's my goal. If you're on spring break, you can really enjoy my videos. If not, maybe you can catch up when you get on spring break. And if you've already had spring break, I'm very sorry. Maybe you can watch on the weekends after school or wait until summer break because it's really not that far away. At least for me, I really only have 2 months left, so I'm super excited, and hopefully you guys don't have much time left either. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time for another vid. Bye now.